I understand, and I will, yes, that Vladislav's original training was in geophysics and geomagnetics, but now he's moved on to how applying this to living organisms. This is correct. Yes. To, for instance, the electric fields of fish like piranha, and also to
auras.
Well, Vladislav's regards the Earth as a living organism that breathes, and this can be measured by measuring the geomagnetic fields of the Earth and how it rises and falls in different parts of the Earth.
But how does this relate to Boris?
Boris is very interesting children because he is indigo.
Indigo children, yes.
We have very big possibility.
Mm-hmm.
We have very big mind, most
strong brain.
Strong brain.
Okay, good brain. And
we have telepathy.
Telepathic.
You may feel in another event. If you, for example, I was in train and have not good situation, and he feel this situation.
He knew.
When I returned home, he asked me, what happened in my train? I explained him. He
feels the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Then, for the Earth, is this for healing the Earth? Healing? Could you tell him? Ask him healing. Is he using Boris to heal the Earth? Ley lines.
Yeah.
You understand ley lines?
This is a huge
I don't know
jump.
what's ley line.
Ley lines. Stonehenge, the Giza pyramid, ley lines on the planet.
Lines of energy, lines of power.
We investigate triangle page, for example, England,
Stonehenge,
Egypt, etc., and so on. Okay.
Yeah.
It is very important because sometimes if you have possibility to go in this place, this place influence on the our aura, our biofield.
Yes.
And we may to measure biofield, for example, children of town Surgut in the north of our country, in Moscow, and for example Kharkov in Kiev. You see, we have different situation because Surgut have very big energy, very
good energy in the
Moscow weaker.
It's weaker in Moscow.
And Kharkov very weak. Because we have in this place we have a very big magnetic anomaly, Kursk anomaly.
Okay.
Kursk, yes.
Kursk. Yes.
But we have special measurements in Kharkov, Belgorod, Moscow, Troitsk, and Surgut. Surgut very good, very big biofield on the children.
Yes.
In Moscow, so.
Okay.
And Belgorod, Kharkov, very slow.
Very low.
So, does this mean...
Approximately 20 or 30% difference.
Okay. Does this mean then that when Boris came here to Troitsk, this was harder on him because the field is not so strong here? Does it make a difference?
It is not connected with biofield.
It's not connected. Oh, it's not connected. Okay.
Случайно, как random, да? Случайно.
Boris from...
Ну, Бориса мы встретились как бы случайно.
Уже здесь, в Троицке.
Да. Как сказать? Мы с Борисом встретились
He met
случайно.
Boris by chance here in Троицк.
Okay.
У нас съезде детей Индиго.
Да.
У нас съезде детей Индиго в 2005 году. Мы познакомились.
Can you translate for us?
There was a conference about Indigo children.
Yes.
31 января 2005 года.
In 2005, 31st January.
Okay.
And so they met.
And they met
there on this conference.
at the conference?
Yes.
Okay. And what did he say to bring you to this city? You translate for her? What my question?
как, ну, почему вы переехали в Владиславу? То есть как так получилось, что вы...
Так получилось, что мы познакомились на конференции 2005 года с будущими педагогами Бориса. И теперь Боря учится в Москве. Поэтому мы временно пока живем в Слав Николаевиче, как...
то есть просто не было места, где
Could you translate it into English for the camera?
Okay,
Приобретаем жилье в Москве через несколько лет.
Because they didn't have a place where to live, and Vladislav offered his apartment to stay temporary.
I see.
Before they find another place to live, their own apartment. So that's all.
I understand.
Okay, so but they moved here to be in the conference or to visit the scientists, and then they stayed. In other words, why didn't they go home? Ask back to...
Why did they come here and stay here?
Volgograd?
Почему
Where is...
вы все-таки приехали сюда, не остались в Волгограде?
Так исторически сложилось. Школа для детей Индиго в Москве. Мы учимся в Москве с 2005 года.
Yes.
They found a special school for him in Moscow and special teachers
Я сама
can deal with indigo
я вижу ауру,
Yes.
можно так сказать. Я сама просто так получилось исторически, что я тоже вижу ауру с детства. То есть Боря не так просто пришел, потому что это все так уже как бы шло по космическому, видимо, потоку. Вот. И, в общем-то, придете, да?
Could you explain what she
Я с
just
детства
said
вижу
in
ауру.
English?
У меня экстрасенсорные способности, можно так сказать, что такие с детства. Вот. Поэтому Боря, как бы, видимо, по какому-то космическому лучу спустился, как правильно.
So she said, I have all extrasense.
She is also
She has also.
Yes, abilities.
extrasensory abilities. Yes, very good.
Auras as well.
And she can see auras.
Yes.
Auras, okay. And so she knows her son has this
Yeah.
ability. Okay, and then she brings him to Moscow, or this area is not so close to Moscow though, right? So but to teach her child?
Yes.
To a special school.
Special teachers?
Yeah, special teacher, special school.
Uh-huh.
And
I see.
is he doing well at school now?
Какая у него успеваемость в школе?
Разные. То есть есть предметы, которые у него очень достаточно замечательно идут. То есть ему нравится генетика, астрофизика, то есть астрономия и физика. Вот. Ну, есть предметы, которые он не любит. Это русский язык.
Some subjects he likes, like astrophysics or genetics, like this. And other subjects he doesn't like, for example, Russian language.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So you work with Boriska also? Yes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
And
Because I'm a school teacher and very many children
yes,
around me.
I
and
see.
I every week to work with very many children.
are they all indigo or only Boriska?
In present time we have, if you have little children, they all indigo. All.
Ah, wonderful. Uh-huh.
In present time,
Yes.
all children indigo.
Wonderful.
If you have 10 or 11 or less, yes. 10, 11.
Under
Yes.
10 and 11.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yes.
Years
He
of
said that
age.
all the children.
If
They're all
you,
indigo.
if you 15 or 10, it is so maybe
I see.
indigo or no indigo.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ah, and what kind of test do you give Boriska or the indigo children to do?
I have special test. We have 25 parameter, special bioenergetic passport.
Biology passport.
Bioenergetic passport.
Uh-huh.
In this passport we have the number of the spiral
Spiral
of DNA.
of DNA.
Of the DNA.
We have volume of the mind, volume
Brain activity.
Brain activity.
Ah, yes.
In percentages.
Strange of the connected with high.
Connection with higher self.
Higher
Yes.
self.
Higher self.
Higher
Okay.
self. We have different parameter. Our aura, our flow on the chakra.
Yes.
Chakras.
We have
Good.
10 chakra,
Yes.
7 chakra
Very good.
physical body, and 3 chakra on our head.
Ah, but where did you learn about chakras? This is
3
not
chakra
normal.
have.
This is not normal scientific knowledge.
Солнечный город.
Yes, 1 chakra moon, solar, and
Ah.
planetary chakra. For example, to say about aura, they say we see our soul.
Yes,
Very interesting.
I see. But you do not use them to communicate. The government is using your work or no?
With government we have very difficult communication because official science
Yes,
not help me.
I see. This is
In
what I
fact,
thought.
I am work myself.
Independent.
Independent. Oh, it's independent.
I see.
Not officially.
Not
yeah.
officially. Okay.
But I have very many articles, and one article in England, in
Okay.
English,
Good.
very many articles in Russian, and I have 2 books about this problem.
Very
One,
Okay. Thank you.
okay,
Yes.
and another article, it's not published
Okay.
in this time. Maybe you may possibility to publish this article.
Okay.
Называется in Russian «Российские дети Индиго».
Ah,
Children Indigo of Russia.
I see. Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
We were just talking about how Boriska, how he looks when he was 7 and now he is actually 11 years old, and there was such a difference in his recall is not as accurate, not as deep. He's having trouble remembering things. He's more focused on growing up as an 11-year-old in society now, and he's quite grown up actually for 11 in many ways.
Yeah. The feeling I had, if you look at this picture of him here, with all the artist's impressions done for the magazine, which is where it was published, I think, you can see the innocence of a 7-year-old when he first started talking about this stuff. And now he's 11. A lot of people have asked him all these questions. He's been surrounded by university professors and journalists, and it was a little bit like somebody who's told the same story so many times. Like, sometimes people ask me what it was like living in Africa when I was a child. And I remember the first time people were asking me this, I was interested in the question, and I'd get really animated when I was recalling living in West Africa when I was a little kid. And now when people ask me, it's just like, oh, I just lived in Africa, and, you know, it's like if you tell something over and over again, it just becomes boring to tell it one more time. And this was the feeling that we got from him. And actually, he's just trying to be an 11-year-old, really. And this is the kind of thing that I've heard many times before, that you get a little kid who might remember details of their past lives when they're very young, and they're 4 and 5, and they start talking about strange things, you know, to their parents over dinner. And by the time they're 9, 10, 11, 12, they've just forgotten all about it, because they've been swamped by all the stuff that's happening on planet Earth.
For me, I saw a little boy who does remember things, but they're fleeting. They're not, they're like the fleeting kind of images from dreams, and those are very hard to put into words to the people around you. So I think that he remembers the images in his mind, but it's much more difficult now.